I try and use just a guess as much as how much paint is actually need, because even with the cling film over the top of it, it's still quite goes off quite quickly, and sometimes I prefer not to use a retarder, so just because it affects the consistency of the paint. But I use a bit of water sometimes just to let it down initially for those first few coats. Again, it's best applied in thin coats because otherwise it'll just peel off quite easily. You normally need about 3 coats of white to stop the black showing through. Good choice of brushes helps. I've got my picture to make sure I do the right white bits for the right white bits. This helps as a little palette with a little palette knife, an edge to scrape against. With leather that's like crocodile skin, it's hard to get a clean edge. Not impossible, it's quite crinkly, and I like, for this logo work, I quite like nice sharp clean edges as much as you can. So you have to sort of poke it into those little creases and gaps that arise. I'm just taking out the main blocks of colour, the main blocks of white, so we can get a feel for the image. And once I've done this, I'm going to go around with a fine brush and just pick out the detail of the outline. And if I overstep my mark with the white, then after I finish I touch up with the black by just going around the edges a little bit. And because it's a matte black I use, it blends in with the leather jacket really well, so you can't tell it's been touched up. You can see the nose coming out now. If you can get the edges sorted on the first one, when you come round for your second coat to get that, and third coat to get that solid white, then you don't need to, it's much easier because you don't have to faff about. But if you get it right first time, then it's a doddle after that, because you don't actually have to go up so close, and you can be a lot quicker with your brushwork. You don't do it the first time, you have to do it the second time anyway, so you might as well do it first and then make it a bit easier for yourself. And generally apply it more thickly near the edges to help it fill in those creases in this, almost like crocodile skin. Right, you can see it's taking shape now more clearly. I've finished that little patch, and before I move on, I'm going to dry it off with a hairdryer so that when I'm working over the top of it, I don't get paint all on me and the smudge of the work. But move your palette away, because the heat will dry that up quite easily. So, better turn it on. Right, that's touch dry now, so now I'm going to continue. What I'm going to do, I'll swap to an narrower brush now. I'm just going to fill in the outline, so you can often smudge the pencil mark off, and that can disguise it a little bit, or make it difficult to see. When you finish with one brush, I'd scrape off the paint off onto your palette knife, and then give it rinse it out and stuff, because it gets all the paint build up, and with it drying out really quickly, it can get the dry bits can get into your paint and make lumps. I don't want lumps. Alright, so now I'm going to quickly go do the edge now. Doing it lightly at first, and then later I'm just going to go for it and give it a nice heavy line. This is just so that I can remember where everything is and get a sort of an idea for the look of the image and where it sits on the jacket. There we are. Right. I'm going to leave the letters for now. I'll do them in a minute, but I'm just going to get the hairdryer on that again. So what I'm doing now is beefing up the edges, make it look strong on the edges, nice and solid, and then I'm just going to fill it in with a big brush then. And because I made the effort to be neat and tidy on the first spray round, I don't have to spend too much time now filling in on the edges. Now that the first coat's on, I can apply it more thickly now, because the thin coats adhered really well. Okay, bigger brush now. And after this I'll dry it in with the hairdryer and apply the last coat. Just to see some brush marks in there. Look a bit more interesting. Alright. And there we have it. I couldn't be bothered to wait for you, so I cracked on.